Welcome to the tour of the office. This is a space that I've curated for over a year since I moved into this new house. And it's mainly used as a recording studio for the YouTube videos and the short form videos and an office space. And so I've made a few decisions in the space that will highlight that. But first of all, before we go into the main space, I want to kind of describe where the space is in the house. And it's on the lowest floor. And yeah, the first thing you see when you walk down the stairs is, well, first of all, is this poster of stickers here, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. But through this door is a closet, kind of a mini closet where I like to keep all my recording clothing or all my recording items, stuff like this, right? My nerd t-shirts that I typically wear in the videos and other times during the day sometimes. But some of my favorites are, merch that I've gotten from conferences. So this is a hoodie from the Tech Equity Collective. Google's Tech Equity Collective, very high quality. And a couple of my other favorites are these two. So this is from the Tech Equity Collective as well, the sweatshirt, and this sweatshirt from GitHub. Below here are some storage boxes for camera gears. Most of it is things that I use often, but not often enough to be inside the main office. So I just store them there, and when I need them, I can just pull out the box, get the thing, and then put it back when I'm not needing it. Up here is just a camera storage bag. Whenever I need to go shoot outside the office, I just put stuff in here and take it with me. That's why it stays up here and not in the main office. Okay, this is a picture of stickers. So these are a collection of stickers that I've received from conferences and from brands as well. So I typically don't like to put stickers on my laptop. So what I've done is I just bought this frame and I just put the stickers. Most of them are from GitHub and some of it are from Google I/O as well. And I also have badges from conferences that I've attended. This is from Afrotech, the first time I went last year in 2024. And yeah, this is from Google I/O. Shout out to the Tech Equity Collective. The last time I went as well was in 2024. So yeah, I just put this here, and as I get more and more stickers or memorabilia, I will just put them either inside the frame or stick them to the stickers. That way things don't go on my laptop. I don't know, I kind of like my laptop and I don't like sticking things on there. I don't know if I'm the only one, but to each their own. Okay, moving on to the main space. This is the office. This is the space. This is how it looks like 99% of the time. Obviously, I've done a little cleanup for you guys, but for the most part, this is what the space looks like. And I want to go ahead and start with this wall. So if you've been following the channel, you've seen this wall in some way in my other videos, either in my old apartment when the wall was there and it was just, I believe it was one of this, or maybe it was two, or in my house actually, in my first apartment, the first time I put it on there. But on the wall here is a couple of SCADA spec boards from IKEA. I mostly use them as storage to store things that I typically use when shooting. GitHub sent me this neon light. It's been a staple in my setup ever since they sent it to me, and I turn it on and I use it as a backdrop for my video as well. There's an extra light here. There's some old keyboards that I have used, but I still use from time to time, but whenever I'm rotating between keyboards, I keep the old one here. There's the main Apple keyboard and a few fidget toys, fidgety items. A Rubik's Cube. My older brother really likes puzzles and cubes, so he buys stuff like this for me all the time. This is another puzzle as well. The idea is to keep rotating these balls until the colors kind of match. So yeah, there's also some practical items like lenses I use and my remote controls for some of my cameras. They're all here as well. So basically anything that I need to use often, semi-often, right? Well, more often than stuff in the storage. That's where I put them. So moving on down from the pegboards, this is kind of like a key bowl, you know. I have my AirPods, my wallet, things that I would need when I'm going out. There's a garage to that door. And in here are just some storage items. So these are batteries, extra microphones, mounts for specific things, just things that I would need more frequently, as I said. And here is just lens caps for cameras and other camera equipment. Down here is some camera equipment as well, extra batteries and things that I need to shoot. On the lowest shelf is just books, technical interviewing books, and another gimbal for short form, for vertical short form content. I'm using the one for long form content for this video. Down here are a bunch of books and a bunch of miscellaneous items. These are carrying cases for gear, for cameras, microphones, and extra cameras as well. So the smaller DJI cameras is in here, and any additional lights and other things, and you know, wiring and items that I use to clean cameras as well. And this is a special clock actually. This is, I don't know the exact name, but I got it on eBay. They come individual and you have to solder them together. So it's a really, really cool project. I'll put a video up of me doing that. And yeah, last but not least, the whole house is controlled by HomePods. So I have a little orange one here. I use it as a speaker to play music and other Siri related items. Of course you heard. Okay.
I found some web results. I can show them.
Hey Siri, stop.
From your...
All right, just stopped. All right, moving on to this part of the office. These are just extra camera gears that I use. I like to keep them out here because it's a lot simpler to just pick them up and then do what I need to do and then bring them down here. And I'm not currently using this space for anything. I actually want to put a charging station here to charge some batteries, but right now they're there. This is the SmallRig RC120B. This used to be my main studio light, but I switched to a smaller one that I'll show you in a bit. But yeah, and this angle used to be where I would put the camera and record going this way. So if you've seen my previous videos in this space, that's what the view used to look like. But I kind of switched that up, and now I just use it to store specific items. There's a box here for podcast equipment. Spoiler alert, there is a podcast coming if it has not already come. And some extra computers from work, and there's also a Udemy ambassador box that came, I think a couple of weeks ago. It has some goodies from Udemy. Yes, I am a Udemy ambassador. Shout out to Udemy. If you use the link in my bio, you can get some really cool courses, including my own course, teaching Git and GitHub, and a few other technical courses. Shout out to Udemy. Okay, moving on to this part of the office. So this is my workstation. This is what I like to call my 9-to-5 area of work. So in the past, I've had only one station, and I would just switch the source on my monitor between both computers, but I don't know, I kind of wanted to distinguish between them. And so I got this separate workstation so I could do only 9-to-5 things here, you know, so I don't context switch. So starting up with the computer monitor, it is the Dell U4320 43-inch monitor. Yeah, I know, the thing is huge. It's basically a TV. I'll put a link and a picture of everything in the video. And the first time I saw my neighbor, Okpa, using it, I was skeptical. I was like, you know, it's a TV, right? Why are you using a TV to work? But I tried it, and it honestly makes sense, right? I can have all these windows open. There's a terminal, there's a browser, there's code, and there's all these windows open, and I can basically just have everything in one place instead of looking left and right. And I can also use the window manager to just put them at the side of the screen that I want to. So it's big, it does get some getting used to, but it works for me, especially in this setting. So this is my work computer, which is Windows, what is it? XP. It's not a Windows XP. This is my work computer. And yeah, the top of the desk is from Autonomous AI. They had this deal where I bought the whole desk and I wanted a different top. And so I was going to send it back, and they were like, just keep the top and we'll send you a new one. And so I ended up with 2 tops. I don't know if they're still doing it, but that's where the top is from. And the riser part that makes it a sit-stand desk is from TikTok. I got a TikTok desk and I didn't like the top, and I remember that I had this from Autonomous AI, so I merged the both of them, and yeah, I have this. The mouse is a Logitech MX Master 3, just a regular mouse. This was my older mouse actually. And the keyboard is the RK100 from Royal Kludge. I'll put a link to that as well. It's a really cool mechanical keyboard. I've had it for a while. So this is my workstation. Moving on to the non-workstation. So we'll go from left to right for this station. So starting off here is my degree, because a nigga went to school and nigga graduated. 6 years. Why are you laughing? Yeah, 6 years, crazy. Bachelor's of Science, Software Engineering. Shout out to Iowa State, go Cyclones. And this is a gift actually that I got from a friend. Just has my logo, created by Wisdom Abu. Shout out to you, Oka. For the lights, I'll go into a separate section for the lights, but this is the Govee lamp. I will talk more about it in a little bit when I'm talking about all the lamps, but yeah, and behind there I have a fake plant. Okay, moving on to the main workstation itself. Let me light things up. All right, so there's so much to talk about here. I have listed everything down in terms of how they work. So yeah, let's start from the first thing. So the main thing powering this whole system, everything you see here, is a 16-inch MacBook Pro M2 Max 64 gigabytes. So I try to max it out as much as I can at the time. I think 64 gigabytes was the highest that you could get at that time. I could be wrong, but I've had it for about a year and a half and it's been absolutely amazing. It does everything I want to do. For storage, I got 1 terabyte, but I mostly use 2 external SSDs to store most of the things that I want to store. Now, everything from the MacBook Pro is connected to the Ivanki Fusion Docks Max 1 docking station. And I've gone through a ton of docking stations and I can honestly say this is arguably the best one. It's on the pricier side. I think it's around $379 the last time I checked. But if you want the best docking station, it can connect up to 6 4K displays. I'm only using it to connect 2. But it connects up to 6 4K displays and all these peripherals. Things from my microphone, 2 cameras, a light, the Stream Deck, and a bunch of other things actually. So it's really, really good, long story short. For the monitors, I have 2 main monitors here. As you can see, the first one is a UPerfect Truly 4K computer monitor. It's a smaller monitor, and the main reason that I got this is because my main monitor is larger and it's hard to share my screen and have people see the shared screen in a decent ratio on their computers, because if you have a smaller screen, then sharing this big screen would make everything little on the screen. So I got this to be able to share this window when I'm sharing my screen, and it's a 4K monitor. So whenever I'm doing screen recording for my videos, I can just tilt this in a vertical way and screen record. And when I'm making my courses as well, I can simply just screen record off here instead of selecting or cropping a window here, and it's worked really, really great. My main monitor is a 38-inch LG WN75CB. It's a curved monitor and I've had it for about a year and a half as well, and it's pretty good. It's really, really good. It's not 4K, it's QHD, but I have the smaller 4K one that does most of the 4K recording that I need, and the monitor is pretty good. Moving on to the accessories that power the workstation. For my mouse, I'm using the newer Logitech MX Master 3S, and yeah, I would say the only thing that this has over the Logitech MX Master 3 is just it's quieter. That's all. It doesn't make as much noise when you click. For my keyboard, I am using the Flow 100 mechanical keyboard from Lofree, and I switched the original switches that came with this color for the Ghost low profile pump switches, and it kind of makes it sound creamy. But that is the keyboard. And the wrist rest, believe it or not, I got this from NumPy because this is a low profile keyboard and it was hard to get a smaller low profile wrist rest that would work with this keyboard. So I kind of had to go to a different company and buy their wrist rest instead of getting it from Lofree. So yeah, for the cameras that come with the workstation, I mainly have 2 cameras. The first is the Opal C1 camera. It's a 4K camera that's pretty nice. Doesn't give you the best quality, but it gives you an above HD quality. But I think it's the best you can get for this form factor though. It is on the pricier side, but to be honest, you can kind of argue that for the quality that you get from this, you might as well just stick with a HD camera because it's not night and day. Now, when I do want really, really good quality and I want to shoot my, courses and I don't want to either move things around, that's where I use this. So this is the Canon R8 camera. It's a DSLR camera. I have it connected to the docking station via the Camlink 4K that's then connected to the laptop. So yeah, and those are the two main cameras that power up the whole station. So for audio, I actually have a very interesting setup going on that I think would be interesting to share. So first are the speakers. They're actually called studio monitors and not speakers, which is wild. I thought they were just regular speakers, but apparently they're studio monitors. They're the PreSonus Aris 3.5. I've had them for around a couple of years, and to be honest, they've done great. I did put some rubber wedges underneath so that it's not vibrating the desk whenever I'm listening to specific things, and to kind of like angle them towards my face, which has worked perfectly fine. My microphone is the Rode NT1 microphone. It's a condenser microphone that has worked really great. It came with the A1 audio interface, which is this guy. And so you would plug the XLR cable from here into here and then USB-C to your computer. That way you can listen to the audio, and if you wanted to monitor the audio by yourself, you can put a headphone jack here, or you could just plug in another cable for the right and the left and send this to your camera. So this worked for me for a while, but I wanted better audio, for lack of a better way of putting it, because the output of this is great, don't get me wrong, but I could do more. So what I did, oh, this is the Rode AI1 interface, by the way. You can get this two together, they come as a bundle, or you can just get this by itself or get this by itself. To get the best out of the Rode NT1 microphone, I decided to invest in the Rodecaster Duo. So the Rodecaster Duo is an audio interface, but it's packed with a ton of features. So what happens is I plug the XLR cable from the microphone in here, and there is a ton of processing that happens here that then gets the audio out of here to my computer or out of here to my camera. And it's on the pricier side, but it just makes the audio sound much better. That's it for the audio. On the desk here is the Elgato Stream Deck that I use when I'm streaming. And right now it's turned off because I don't have anything set, but when I'm streaming, I use it to switch between scenes pretty simply. Moving on to the last part of the setup, which is the studio part of the office, or the studio part of the studio. So my main shooting rig is located here to the side here, and it is the Canon R6 Mark II. It's pretty good. It's not as good as the R5, but for the still videos that I use, it works perfectly fine. There is no need for me to basically get something like a Canon R5 because that would be overkill. This is the Canon R6 Mark II. I have it mounted to this small rig camera plate, and what this plate allows me to do is whenever I want to shoot a landscape video, I could just turn this way and boom, I am ready to shoot a landscape video. No need to do any, no need to unscrew or screw this. And when I want to go back to shooting my portrait videos, I just turn this way and boom. So yeah, so the plate allows me to do that easily. Before I would have to screw and then unscrew and screw and unscrew. Come back. Before I would have to screw and then unscrew and then screw in and unscrew. And so before I would have to screw and then unscrew and then screw in and unscrew. And so camera and the plate are mounted to the newer teleprompter. I script and shoot most of my videos except this one, obviously, as you can tell. And what I do is I put the script on here, and let me kind of give you guys a sneak peek of what that looks like. And press play and then have this way. And so I would just be reading from here, but the camera is back in there, as you can see. So yeah, that is what that looks like. And I would just obviously have my small remotes to press play, and everything is sitting on a small rig tripod. I will put the exact name of the tripod and everything down in the description. For the lights, I have three main lights. These are the Govee corner lamps. So I have two of them here. There's this one that has this, and I just point it back, so it kind of shines this way and kind of, gives it this purple. It's an RGB light, so you can basically turn it to whatever color you want. I have one here, and then the second one is behind here. Behind the monitor are two light bars as well. That kind of, gives it it shines the light behind the monitor that then gives the whole view that you see here. It looks a lot better when the light is turned off. Let me do that. That's what it looks like when the light is turned off, and this pointing this way. And yeah, the last two lights are the curved monitor light bar here, and it has a remote control, is the Melifo curved monitor light bar. You can adjust the brightness as you turn the wheel dial, and you can adjust the temperature as well. It also has some RGB functions that I personally don't use. It's the Melifo light bar. I'll put the link in the description. Last but not least is the Logitech Creator light. It's this small but pretty good light that I use to get light when outside is dark. I'm based out of Seattle, so it's rainy and gloomy all the time, and it's great to have this. You can change the brightness of the light, and you can also change the temperature of the light as well. So if you want it more warm, you can have that, and if you want it more blue, you can have that. Yeah, so those are the main lights that power up the setup. Whenever I want to shoot, I just grab my small recording chair and I just sit here, turn this way, and then point and pull my microphone that comes here like this. Adjust it, make sure it's good. I have a small monitoring Feel 4K display as well, so I can monitor the shot that's coming out of there. So I would just put this here like this and turn on my light. This is the SmallRig RC60B. That's the bigger one, the SmallRig 120B, and that couldn't fit in this small space here, and that's the reason why I got this. It's a lot smaller with a parabolic dome on it, and just put this here, turn it on, it can go up to, and then just sit here, record. When I'm done recording, I just pop out the memory card from the camera and then put it on my computer and send it to my video editor. And yeah, that's pretty much the space. Oh, I do have this drawer here that's sort of a junk drawer. I put pretty much everything from towels I use to dap my face up when I'm recording and sweating, or it's pretty much just junk drawers for everything that I need. There's some keyboard stuff in there, cable management stuff, paperwork, and last but not least, cables. Tons and tons and tons of cables. HDMI, display ports and all that. But yeah, that is pretty much the office, stroke the studio. It is a constant work in progress, and I'm, kind of moving things around to see kind of what works for me, what fits the space for what I want to do. Said earlier, the camera and the whole setup was facing this way, but I wanted a different view, and so kind of put things in there. That way, whenever I want to shoot or use the better microphone, everything is already connected there. So yeah, this is the space. Oh, there's some smart blinds as well, but there's smart blinds over the entire house. But yeah, this is it. That's the space. Let me know how you like it in the comments. If you have any questions regarding anything, just let me know. The links to everything that I've mentioned will be down in the description. Thanks for watching, and catch you on the next one.